Hi there, today I thought it would be a bit of fun to head back down to the floor and do a movement that most of us haven't done since we were a little toddler and in our childhood years, and that's crawling. Yeah, it's a move that we can still do as adults, and one simple pattern works so many things. It trains our core, our shoulders, our hips, and our brain, because we need coordination with our upper and lower body as we make our way across the floor. They have to work together. So think of crawling as a kind of floor version of walking. So if you throw in about 30 seconds of crawls a few times a week, it won't be such an effort to get down there when you really have to, whether you have a fall or you need to clean. So whether it's playing on the floor with the grandkids, gardening pain-free, or ensuring you can get help if you have a fall, crawling is a very powerful tool in your strength toolbox. Let's have a look at the different types of crawls. Now, I'm aware that some of you, when you're crawling, may find that this wrist extension, so we've got to have these wrists, be able to get those wrists extended out without pain. Some of you with arthritis may not find that very comfortable, and you may want some support. So you can get little wrist supports from a sports store. So they just help to keep your wrists in good alignment. And the other thing you can be doing is a pair of dumbbells. So doing our crawl with dumbbells could work a bit better for you, because they do keep your wrists in a better alignment. If you are brand new to crawling and you feel like you can't get to the floor yet, get a sturdy table. Stand back a little away from it, and you may just walk your hands out here, coming down with those hips, but don't drop them too far down. So just while you're in a straight line, and then walk yourself all the way back and try again. So core is on, belly button's pulled in. This might be, before you get down to the floor and start crawling, this might be the way that you start. So our first crawl will be the old-fashioned crawl. Now, I know this won't work for some of you with not good knees, but is simply where we crawl. We can crawl forward, we can crawl back, we can crawl sideways, and we can crawl sideways. Now, this crawl is one that I've often done with clients who didn't crawl as a baby because they never got that cross-body coordination as a tiny baby, and they have spent their whole life uncoordinated. So they needed to play sport at school. They were never picked in the sports teams, and maybe, you know, they are training with a personal trainer and they just don't connect their head with their body. Getting them to crawl again can be a really great way to connect things in. So that can be a really good one to start with. This move is a bear crawl. So we're simply going to take those toes under, our hands stacked under our shoulders for a start, our knees come up off the floor, and we're going to take a hand and a foot, and that bottom is off the floor. So we're not trying to be right up in the air, staying a little bit lower. We can go back as well. From there, we can go to the side and go into the side. We can even take this around. So we can crawl ourselves around. If we come to the side, we can actually cross our hands. That changes the dynamics a bit more, but otherwise just crawling to the side, crawling to the side, crawling around. And it certainly gives you a good workout. So the next type of crawl that we're going to do is a lot harder, because we're staying as low to the floor as we can with this one. You may as well start in a plank position. So we're going to stay low to the floor, not going to drop those hips, and not going to have our bum way up in there. Low to the floor, and from here, we're just going to start to make our way along the floor. Now, when you get a little way along, you can be coming back, but just trying to stay nice and low to the floor, and then you can be going sideways with that as well. Really, really tortures that core. What you need to avoid doing, and I'll show you from the front because it might be a bit easier for you to see, is I'm staying low, but try not to get those hips going right over like this, side to side, because then we overwork the prime movers, and that's, we can't maintain good core integrity with that. So you're trying to stay low, but just going to just keep yourself really straight. So those hips stay nice low to the floor, but we're just not going to take ourselves, swaying too much, side to side. So our next crawl is just one where we start on our bottom, our hands kind of out to the back, and we're simply going to lift up from here. Now from here, we can be crawling forward, we can be crawling back. It's the same sort of thing. We have a hand and a leg, and then as we come back, a hand and a leg, and hand and leg. So same sort of thing, but we're just trying to stay with our hips up. If your hips can't stay up, you can drop them down a bit, but you just don't want your bottom on the floor. Now again, from here, we can go sideways. We can go sideways. So whichever way you want to go. Certainly working my shoulders, but this is quite a bit of wrist working out as well. So you can decide which way you want to go there. Take it back and forth. Just maintaining integrity. As soon as you start to feel grabbing pain anywhere, might be your shoulders with this one, come down, have a rest. But certainly a good one to be able to work your way along. And join me now for a little short workout, doing all the crawls. I'm going to be rolling these crawls in a few different ways and having a bit of fun with it. So join me for about a 5-minute workout. So let's get into our workout. It's all on the floor today. I'm going to intersperse some crawls with some planks, side planks, and a few other floor things. So join me now. Let's have a look at how we can put all this together. Let's have a start. 20 seconds. We're going to start with our crawl first of all. So whichever crawl you want to do, which is a bear crawl, or you want to crawl hands and knees, coming forward and back, just where you can, and trying to maintain that core on the whole time. You can have your tongue on the roof of your mouth as well, because that neck is doing quite a bit of work. Great. So from here, we're going to be just doing a plank. So we're going to be on our front, either knees here, or you can curl those toes under and coming up and just holding. So that core is on, keeping everything there. If you need to have a break from there, come back down, have a rest if you did need to, otherwise staying up here. If that starts to get too much in your back, then come back down to your knees. Great. Good. Great. This time I'm going into a crab crawl. So from here, you can be coming forward and back. Great. Good. And hey, you can even throw in some sideways ones if you wanted to while you're there. Great. Good. Now we're going to do a side plank. From here, from our knees or toes, we're just going to hold up. So if you wanted to be on your knees, you'll be from here, just making sure that elbow's stacked right underneath the shoulder, or you can be from your toes and coming up. And you don't need to start there the whole time. You can come down when you need to and come up when you can. But you'll feel these obliques doing quite a bit of work. This is just to disperse the crawling so we get some other hard floor work and not doing it all at one time. We're going to go to the other side while we're here. We're going to come either from knees or toes and coming up from here. Great. Or from your feet. And you can have one foot stacked on top of the other, or you can have one foot to the front. We're just trying to hold ourselves up here. If you can't do that, come to the floor, have a rest and come up again. Good. Good, and back to my bear crawls again. So again, coming slightly up off the floor, think about that core on before you even start. Having our tongue behind our top teeth will activate those neck flexors and make sure that everything stays safe. So just trying to come along the floor. If you want to try that reptilian crawl, you could come right down close to the floor. So your choice, whether you want to do the bear crawl or right close to the floor. Good. So from here, we're going to do, just lie on our back, and we're just going to press our back down to the floor and just have a tap down. Great. So keeping that back pressed down the floor. If you find when you take fingertips under here, you can't keep that back pressed down, start from the floor and take a foot up. And keep that back pressed right down to the floor. your choice. This is a little bit more advanced version up here. Great, so this time I'm going to take my crawl and I'm going to whirl it around in all sorts of directions. So I'm going to bring it round one way, bring it round the other, come across a bit, come across, even going to take it over to one side, over to the other side, and then crawling forward and back. Certainly feel my core doing a lot of work. Great. And then back to our front plank again. And knees or toes. Just going to stay here and hold up either knees. Curl those toes under if you wanted toes, but try not to have your bum way up in the air. And not your head down. Head is in line with the rest of the body. And we're going to end off with just a combination again of crawls. This will be our last one. Crawling forward, back, over, back, into the crab crawl, into the bear crawl. Great. Awesome, well done. I don't know about you, but I just worked it really hard then. So I hope you enjoy that workout. And remembering that if your wrists aren't great with the extension, you can use some dumbbells or some handholds. So let me know how you go, and I'll see you next time.